I need to move all this so Gary will have his little clipboard. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Odessa, Missouri, the regular season finale for your Harrisonville Wildcats set to come your way. The Harrisonville Wildcats at 2-6, the 8-0 Odessa Bulldogs, and the Cats would love nothing better than to spoil senior night and the perfect season of the Odessa Bulldogs. And I'll tell you what, it's happened in the past when Harrisonville may not be at full strength, have a full team. They've knocked off teams that have won the Class 3 state title. Back in 2014, I don't know if you remember the epic comeback at Memorial Stadium where Oak Grove, was up big, and Harrisonville was able to mount a strenuous comeback and win that game at late stages of it to ruin Oak Grove's perfect season in 14. 2015, when Odessa went to the state championship game, I don't know if many remember, but the Harrisonville Wildcats knocked them off by 56-29 at Memorial Stadium. So the Cats have had a little bit of a track record in the past of doing things like that, and, you know, they have nothing to lose tonight. They have house money. They're playing with house money tonight, are the Wildcats. They're not up for conference. First place in conference. They're not up for the first seed in districts. They don't have anything to lose. So what a better time to come out and rock and roll tonight. As you hear, I'm by myself right now. Mr. Gary Davidson is somewhere en route from Kansas City International Airport to here. Flew back in from California today. So we got your pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for youth savings and teen checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations today for details. Member FDIC. Harrisonville Wildcats set to take on the Odessa Bulldogs. Regular season finale for 4Ts. We will have the playoff game next Friday, and that is up in the air right now. If the season had already ended today before these games were played, the Wildcats would be traveling to play Lincoln Prep in Kansas City. They would actually go to Warrensburg if the season ended today. But with the looks of the schedule, what may shake out tonight, the Cats could possibly face a Lincoln Prep next week or a Van Horn, just depending on how things fall with the games going on tonight. So we're about 15 or so minutes away from your opening kickoff here in Odessa, and we will have more action for you. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. What is the number one thing you want when it comes to a Mexican restaurant? Chips and salsa, of course. So if you want the best chips and salsa, plus many more options, Best Burrito is your place. As the name states, get one of the best and biggest burritos as well. So next time you have a craving for great Mexican food, go to Harrisonville's best Mexican restaurant, the Best Burrito, next to Sherwood Bank on Commercial. Why would you go to the city and spend mountains of money on a corn maze and pumpkin patch when one of the best in the region is right on the outskirts of Harrisonville? Matt Moreland at Red Barn Ranch put much thought and effort into making sure there is something for.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques. It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Max Savings Event is here at Max Ford in Harrisonville. New 2018 F-150 Super Cab. No money down, buy it for $459 a month. 2018 Escape, 0 down, buy it for $256 a month. Come to Max Ford in Harrisonville for the Max Savings Event and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in the Midwest. Max Ford Harrisonville at the corner of 291 and 71 highways, or shop 24/7 at maxford.com. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to Odessa, Missouri. I'm Chad Grammer, and it is your Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. Let's take a time and talk about our starting lineups. And when we talk about starting lineups, you cannot forget about Harrisonville's best starting lineup for insurance. That's Stafford and Stafford Insurance. Give them a call today, right across the street from Holland Auto Sales. A little bit different look for the offense tonight for the Wildcats. Last week we talked about it. They went out of that I formation. Expect to see a lot more of that I formation tonight, with Mr. Pesic in the backfield at fullback, Joshua Pesic, and then behind him you will see a healthy dose of both Jace Reynolds as well as Mr. Jaden Wilson, who is quickly approaching 1,000 yards on the season with a couple of his big games he's had this year. Jaden, of course, with the 6 touchdown performance last week, 5 on offense and the 100-yard return. So up front, you'll have Brody Rogers, Trevor Campbell, James Fuller, along with Keegan Rowe, Ethan Murray. You'll see some time in there. We will not have Jacob Poisel tonight. He had a concussion this week. Carson Graff will get some time in there as well. And at quarterback, we will not have Landon George tonight. It will be River Riley. Landon had dislocated his shoulder last week, came back in, but precautionary, going to keep him out for the next couple of weeks. Of course, your receivers, Kennedy Atkinson and Colby Knowles in there, as well as Bryce Percival. So those are the starting lineups brought to you by Harrisonville's best starting lineup for insurance, Stafford and Stafford Insurance. Give them a call today. So we're about 12 minutes away from our opening kickoff here on the pregame show. We're anxiously awaiting the arrival of Mr. Gary Davidson. We'll see him come running in here probably about 5 till 7. Hopefully he was taking his time, though, and not breaking any speed laws. Now, I mean, granted, I don't think he can pull himself over being a highway patrolman, but nevertheless, hopefully he's being cautious, getting him a bite to eat before he gets here and doesn't feel rushed when he gets here. So definitely not something we want for Mr. Gary Davidson. Time for a couple of keys to the game tonight for me, and, you know, we talked about it a little bit ago. I talked about it. Key number 1 for me tonight is have fun. You have 0 to lose tonight. There is absolutely 0, nada, nilch, no pressure on you tonight. You are 2-6. They are 8-0. You're not playing for a conference title. You're not playing for a district title. You're just here to have some fun and play some football. And remember that, you know, go out like we talked about it a little bit last week. Go out like it is your backyard, like you used to have fun on a Saturday afternoon with all your buddies. Go out there. You have 0 to lose. Odessa has everything to lose. They could lose their number 1 ranking in state. They could have to share a conference title instead of winning it outright. They could lose number 1 seed in their district. There's all kinds of things that are riding on it for the Bulldogs. So for the Cats, Go out and have fun. Put the pressure on them. Which brings me to key number 2, and that is the pressure. Odessa's could be playing a little bit tight tonight. They know what's riding on this. They want to give back to Harrisonville. Harrisonville's won 11 straight games against them. So they're going to come up fired up, ready to go, excited, want to do something fun and try to get a victory for this home team. But you've got to remember, you want to take care of business, and you can get too hopped up and hyped up for a football game. I've seen it before. I saw it last year. District championship game against Grain Valley, and that was the one I really remember. We were sitting there, and we were watching the game, or watching the pregame. Harrisonville just calmly walked on out to the field. Looks like we're going to have our national anthem, so I want to get quiet real quick. We'll send it to a timeout. We'll come back and finish those keys to the game right after this.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Dominick at 816-380-2700.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
To be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odessa, Missouri, and your pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank, the Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. The best spot for you savings and teen checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Remember, FDIC. We were talking about it a little bit ago. We were touching on the keys to the game. Key for me tonight, we talked about key number 1 obviously being there's no pressure on you. Kind of moves into key number 2, which is the pressure is on Odessa. They came out pretty hopped up a little bit ago in their pregame warm-ups. I saw it last year, district championship game. Grain Valley had already beaten Harrisonville early in the season. Harrisonville came out, walked out, took care of their business in the pregame festivities, and with the stretching and everything, Grain Valley was jumping around, hollering, hooting, hollering, really into it, fired up, and sometimes that can backfire on you. If you have to talk yourself into being up for a football game, sometimes that backfires. That could be a case for Odessa tonight. They could be number 1 looking past Harrisonville thinking this is going to be an easy W. If that's the case, that's not going to be very good for them. They could get tight. You know, as the game goes on, when you have an underdog that plays well and the game goes on and it stays a close football game, it starts to turn. It starts getting in the head of the favorites. And you could see that again here tonight. So you never know what will happen. Those are my keys to the game. Go out, have fun, and keep all the pressure on the Bulldogs of Odessa. We're a couple of minutes away from your coin toss and your opening kickoff. You've been listening to the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with that coin toss and your opening kick. You've been listening to and watching 4Ts.com.
It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source.
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with T Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with tscreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to T Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from, Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King. Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722.
All right, welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. The Sherwood Community Bank pregame show. Coin toss going on right now on the field. And take some of those extra coins to Sherwood Community Bank and start a savings account today. So I will get you the information on that. Ron is intently watching. Mr. Davidson has arrived inside the building. He is down. He was down on the track. Very smart man. Many years of marriage. You can see that. The first place he went was to see his wife, who is down on the field taking pictures. So take some tips from Mr. Davidson on what to do. Happy wife, happy life is what they like to say. As the coin toss is going on, Harrisonville going to be in their their away White Tops. We have won the toss and deferred, it looks like. Oh, no, we will receive. So Cats want to get rocking and rolling first off. So White Tops with black numbers in the blue outline, the black stripe down the blue pants, the blue helmet with the Wildcat Odessa in their home. Black tops, black bottoms with the red numbers. Black helmets for Odessa. So it'll be the Cats and the Dogs. We're going to have a cat versus dog fight coming up. Mr. Davidson works his way up to the press box here. And you know what? I got to give Gary a lot of credit. Gary flew in from California and got in at around 5:40 tonight and was able to make it before the opening kickoff with 50 seconds to spare. He walks into the friendly confines of the press box. So the Cats in the first quarter of play are going to go from north to south. The Odessa Bulldogs will go from south to north. As you're watching on your screen, it will be right to left and left to right. Maybe one of these days we'll have a fancy drone and Jerry can drive it over and we'll have the upper view like the old Madden games for our folks at home. Back deep to receive it will be Colby Knowles. Cats will put 3 men up in front of him. So Knowles all alone back there as we get ready for a kick. I'm going to be real honest with you. I will get you players for Odessa as we go. I tried to get the information earlier in the week. All I got was a roster. Didn't get starters, any stats or anything for you when I reached out. So we will give you what we got on the Odessa side of things. As we are ready for the opening kickoff, Cats are going to get it to start. So here we go. There's the opening kick, and it'll be taken at the 20 from Knowles. Knowles to the 30, and he busts right through to the 50, past the 50 to the 40, down the field to the 35 and out of bounds. And probably right now is a good time to tell Ann Street that she almost won $90 in our Sonic kick return contest. Right up the middle goes Colby Knowles, and he goes to the outside, bounces it to the outside. It'll be Cats ball all the way down to the 29 of the Bulldogs. I talked about it in the pregame show. When you get yourself too hyped up, things can happen. Be a 51-yard kick return for Colby Knowles. And the Cats in business down at the 29. Cats with the big kickoff return to start at 19 and have them check it out today. So it'll be a 1st and 10 up to the 47. I don't think Gary was here when I don't know if he had his headset on yet when I was talking about not getting any information from Odessa. So we're going to roll with what we've got. And apologize to any Odessa fans out there listening, as I wanted to give the best possible interpretation of your team. But when I don't get any information back, that's where I end up at. So Myron was a good quarterback for them last year, I know. DeGraff and Reed in the backfield. We got a wide receiver left, wide receiver right. The name Bennett, you'll remember that name, as there have been several good Bennetts going through here. And DeGraff and Reed going to get it again, and the Cats wrap up quickly right at midfield. Carruthers with the tackle. And stick with us. I had somebody, Mr. Jackson, text me a little bit ago, say it was cutting that in and out, but we are trying our best to get a good signal as we're up here in Odessa. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. And now chased out of the backfield. Myron going to fire and finds a guy open all the way down to the 35-yard line and out of bounds. Jake Smith with the catch. Myron, that was all on Myron there. Would have had a sack in the backfield. Could not wrap up, and be real honest, that is what has been a struggle for the Cats all year long. They've been right there for those big plays and just haven't been able to finish. And Myron, give him credit. That was a Mahomes-esque play there. Rolled out, found his open receiver, and flicked it downfield. And now they're down to the Wildcat 34-yard line. Going to wind up in an offset eye with the handoff to DeGraff and Reed. Right up the middle he goes, down inside the 25-yard line. Close to another first down. Going to bring up 2nd and short down to the 25. So about a 9-yard gain. And this is just good fundamental football so far, Gary.
Yes, it is. I mean, smash mouth, other than the one pass, I mean, really, that's all it's been.
So we'll see if the Cats can make some adjustments here and See what happens. No score with 7:35 to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Myron. Has DeGraff and Reed with him in the backfield. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. And they're going to hand off to Graff and Reed again, and he just follows the lead block off the end and bounces to the 10 and inside the 10 to the 5 and out of bounds. He is thrown out on the far side. It'll be a first and goal for the Bulldogs. And, I mean, there was nothing fancy about that, Gary, as he went off the end. So hopefully the camera's back up and rolling for everybody. I will do my best to paint a picture if we just do have audio. Shotgun formation, double tight formation. And they're going to run it off the end and get nowhere. Going to bring up a second down and goal. And it looked like there was movement from Odessa before the ball was snapped, but maybe it was just slow getting back to the quarterback. Going to bring up second and goal. So Myron again going to go with shotgun, has DeGraff and Reed to his left. Bunch formation at the goal line there, and nobody at home, and Myron going to walk it into the end zone for 6. So old bootleg right there, nobody home. I'm a big proponent. I like the bootleg play. I've always liked the bootleg play, and it caught the Wildcats sleeping there, and it's 6-0 Bulldogs. On the 5-yard, Myron touchdown run, extra point coming up. Now this is what I want to see the Cats, see if they go just kind of carefree after this one. Kick is up, kick is good, and it's 7-0 Bulldogs. 6:46 to go in the first. We'll be back.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your cars serviced. With 2 locations to serve you in Harrisonville and Belton, they will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
All right, welcome back again. If we have a winner tonight in our Sonic Kick Return contestant, Ann Street will win $90 from Sonic. She gets a $10 Sonic gift card just for signing up and being our contestant tonight in this one. So last time Cats had a good return. Let's see if they get another one here on this kick. 6:46 to go in the first quarter. High end over end kick, and Noel's going to take it at about his own 15 this time. And he looks for a seam to the 30, up the middle to the 40, and another big return for the Cats up close to midfield. And this is where we've struggled this year, Gary, and this is where I want to see them play carefree and loose and have some fun. Just go out there and play. You don't have anything to, there's no pressure on you tonight. There's no conference title on the line, no district title. Go out and have fun and try to take it right at the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we have nothing to prove tonight other than just prove for ourselves.
Absolutely. So let's see what happens here on 1st and 10. The sophomore signal caller with his second series. You know, it's good for him to get that first series under his belt, too. Now he's going to feel a little bit more comfortable back there. Going to take over. Has the ball at his own 42-yard line. He's got some good receivers he can throw to, and he's got some good running backs back there he can hand off to. So we have a whistle. Go ahead.
The offense is, it's going to be difficult on him because the offense is difficult to run just coming in. But he's been running it all year, I'm sure, in JV and also in backup here. So I'd like to see him have a good drive here.
So here we go on 1st and 10. I formation. And this time he's going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds squirts through the initial contact and gets all the way up to the 47-yard line. Little fumbled on that exchange there when he got it from the center, but what I liked, he didn't panic. He just took it, handed off, and he got a 7-yard run to his running back, Gary, and that's what you like to see, that just cool, calm collection from the sophomore. So it's going to bring up second down. We're going to call it 4 here, so about 6-yard gain. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. I formation in the backfield. This time again, the handoff for Reynolds, and Reynolds busts through for a first down all the way to the 45-yard line for the Wildcats. That'll move the chains, and that is good enough for a Harrisonville Wildcat first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, that's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Down to the 45 of the Bulldogs with 5:45 to go here in the opening quarter. Cats trail 7-0, had good field position both times. The first time all the way down to the 30. Percival Knowles to the near side, Atkinson to the far side, right side, I formation. Under center is Riley. He throws it out in the flats, popped up in the air. Incomplete, almost intercepted on the far sideline as it popped up there, but a good quick pass by the sophomore Riley. He's going to come over to the sideline and get his play. And throws a little different zip than Landon does.
It is.
Different style.
What I would like to see a little bit later on is a pump and go, because he was playing right on him. You pump and go. There was nobody down past it playing deep, so that would have been a perfect opportunity to do that. Put that in your tricks a little bit later on and see if we don't come back with that.
Put that in the storage bank
Absolutely.
for later. Here we go on 2nd down and 10 for the Cats. Then this time a handoff for Jace Reynolds, and he gets down to about the 41-yard line, a gain of about 4. Going to bring up 3rd and manageable for the Cats down to the 41. And I like it. They're moving the football in this one. Get another good chunk of yardage. 3rd down and about 6 coming up for the Cats. Riley and his squad gets the play to his team here. And now they're going to go single coverage with Knowles here to the near side, and Atkinson and Percival to the far side. Under center is Riley on 3rd down. And Riley looking now, delay handoff, and all kinds of running room for Reynolds. He gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And we talked about that last week, Gary. I said, I like when you get that delayed draw, and they put it in the playbook this week.
That they did. They must have been listening to you.
I wonder, I'm going to have to give Coach Meeks a hard time after that and say, hey, did you listen to my broadcast last week? I said, I'd really like to see them put that in the playbook.
Well, you saw him as soon as he made the fake and acted like he was going to pass, everybody backed and left a big hole on this side for the draw.
So I formation for the Cats, going to go a little offset eye here. 2 wide receivers to your left. They're going to go in motion with Percival, and now they're going to go jet sweep. And now cut it for Percival. He got to about the 26-yard line before he was popped. Couple-yard gain for the Cats. Brings up 2nd down and 8. But when you get positive yardage, no matter what it is on 1st down, you can do so much different on 2nd down, Gary.
Yes, you can.
So a 2nd down coming up. Let's call it 7 for the Wildcats with 3:59 to go here in the opening quarter. And the Cats have the ball down to the 26 of the Bulldogs.
6-play drive that started on our 42. I love it. I mean, just slow and methodical. This is what he needs to get under his belt right here.
So here we go on 1st down. They're going to go in motion the other way, and they're going to fake it, hand it off for Reynolds, and Reynolds got inside the 25 before he's wrapped up by a host of Bulldogs. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 for the Cats. And again, I like the way Coach Meeks is approaching this drive too. He knows it's a 4-down territory where you're at. He's like, just get a couple each time. Now, if you can get 3 or 4 on 3rd down or even a 1st down, you can still have short yardage on 4th down. So here we go up to the line of scrimmage for the Cats. 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Odessa. And looking to pass is Riley, and he steps in there. And what I like to see right there, the sophomore stood in there, knew he was going to take a lick, and still got it out into the flats and almost complete. It was knocked down on the near side by the Bulldogs. Looked like Bryce Palmer knocked that one down. So a 4th down coming up for the Cats, down to the 25. Cats stalled out at the 20 on their first drive, and now they're at the 25 with a 4th down situation coming up. Maybe they go right back. I think about going right back to that delay handoff. It worked the first time. We'll see what they do here on 4th down. And now they're going to throw, and they do throw it over the middle. Knowles with the catch at the 15-yard line. Going to have enough for a Wildcat 1st down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Good throw right there by the sophomore. Riley rifled it in there.
Nice sip on that ball when he needed it.
Rifle Riley. How about that? Let's look. He's going to earn himself a nickname. Riley with the rifle in his first game behind center. So the Cats have a 1st and 10 down to the 15-yard line. Riley under center, and here we go on first down. Again, they throw it out in the flats inside the 10, down to about the 8. Noel stays on his feet. Going to bring up a 2nd down for the Cats. We'll mark them up to about the 6-yard line. So 2nd down and 6. Actually going to be closer to about 3. So 2nd and 3, so about a 7-yard gain all the way down to the 6. It'll be a 2nd down for the Cats. I formation under center Riley. And there's a ball in the turf and a scrum for it, and that's going to picked up by the Bulldogs, I believe. No, they're going to say the Cats have it.
He was down on the ground and got taken away, so that's the reason they gave it back to the Cats.
So big break for the Cats there on 2nd down. It brings up 3rd and about 3 for the Wildcats. I like the line judge here, or not the line judge, but one of the line crew, the chain gang over here. He was dancing around. He thought for sure they got it back the other way. And with 1:17 to go, 3rd down coming up, we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. If your vehicle needs a timeout, go see our friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and Auto. We'll be right back.
A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street across from Holland Auto Sales.
Gary Davidson should know this trivia question, but River Riley is the first sophomore quarterback to start a game since what year? 2011. 2011 was that. Brett Jones sent us that bit of information. But I think we probably knew that information, but it was good to pass along, as last time they did have a sophomore start, it was Zach Davidson, and he went 3 years and ended up at K-State. So here we go. Cats on 3rd down. They're going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets down to the 5 and cut down, brings up 4th down for the Cats. What I love about River Riley is just his calmness and his demeanor. You can tell with a helmet on, you can tell he's just like a cool cucumber. He just kind of walks over to the sideline, jogs back out there to give the team the play. You've got to have that as a quarterback. You got to have that even keel. So good to see so far here. Wide receiver to your left, 2 to your right. Under center is Riley on 4th down for the Cats. And Riley going to fake and look to pass, throws it back in the flat for Reynolds. And Reynolds into the end zone, 4-6.
That's a perfect
touchdown. And Brody Rogers, if you didn't see it, you can see it on the film. Brody Rogers straight flattened his guy out here on the near side at the goal line. Pancaked him down, and the Cats trail 7-6 with the extra point coming up.
Excellent play at the right time.
Absolutely. Touchdown of your tires on the pavement shouldn't let you down. Go to Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires. And the kick is up. The kick is blocked by the Bulldogs. And that extra point brought to you by the one place for extra menu options in Harrisonville. Forged by Fire, something for the whole family. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with your kick after this.
You need multiple things for a project at home but don't want to go all over the city to find it? you need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one-stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you've been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place right across the street from Sutherland's.
Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brunatti's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. And, you know, first time all year, minus the battle game, Gary, which was a kind of back and forth in the first half, that the Cats have answered after an opponent scored an opening touchdown. After the Cats had a little bit of momentum on the kickoff, I like the way they bounced back right there.
Oh, and they had the right plays at the right time. The draw came up at the right time, and that play came up at the right time as well.
Backdoor screen to your running back, I love that. That one goes out of bounds. It'll be Odessa ball at their own 35-yard line to start this second drive. But you're exactly right, Gary, is right plays at the right time. They caught him sleeping, caught him napping, and they got in the end zone. And I liked everything about it. I mean, it was a well-rounded drive. It had everything. It had passes. It had runs.
13 play, 58-yard drive. Took up 6 minutes and 15 seconds. If you want to keep a score down from another team, you control the ball 6 minutes every time you get it. So hopefully we can continue to do that. I mean, this is after last week, coming off of what we saw last week, coming into this, I think we've got confidence. You know, we're having to start a new quarterback, but this is a perfect opportunity for him.
And they're going to go on the handoff up the middle to Bennett. And Bennett going to get a couple of yards up to about the 39-yard line. And Myron didn't see it, but the wide receiver out on the left side there was wide open. Will Fox out there on the far side was wide open. I mean, he had nobody out there on him, and they could have easily thrown that for 6. And as we say that'll end the first quarter. So 1 quarter in the book. It's 7-6 Bulldogs over the Wildcats. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with second quarter action after this.
What is your time worth? Think about it the next time you head to the city to spend hours and days shopping for home appliances and to save a few dollars. Instead, drive across town and see Erlene and her staff that's right here for your convenience. You can be in or out in a short amount of time with amazing service, a great product, and they always treat you like family. Located behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive, so spend all your extra time you saved cheering on the Wildcats, and remember, think Trobies first when you think of home appliances.
All right, welcome back. We flip-flop sides from the north to the south. The Bulldogs will go in the second quarter. From the south to the north will be the Wildcats as we flip-flop sides. So good couple of drives for the Cats. You know, they had the first drive really wasn't a drive. They went 4 and out, but they had good field position and had an opportunity on 4th and short. Second drive, Gary talked about it, 13-play, 6+ minute drive. And we're already to second quarter, and it's a 7-6 ball game here. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, shotgun for Myron. And he's going to hand off to DeGraff and Reed, and he's going to go barreling up the middle for a first down and gets up close to midfield before he is finally dropped down. They're going to call him down at the 49-yard line, so it'll bring up a 1st and 10. It's like the official going to mark it at the 47 to the 48, but it'll be enough for a Bulldog first down just outside of Wildcat territory. Several bodies of the Wildcats in there. In something I've seen this year, we'll talk about it after this play. Myron in the shotgun has his receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he's looking to throw it. He throws it out to Bennett, and Bennett's got it in the flats and cuts back at the 45 and barrels forward out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. It'll be enough for another first down for the Bulldogs. But what I was going to say is they're gang tackling, and they're trying to get that strip. That's something we haven't seen much of from the Wildcats. And the referees are allowing so much time to go by before they actually blow that whistle. You got to get in there and try to take those from them. So wide receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun for Myron. He hands off to DeGraff and Reed. He gets it inside the 35 and spins down to about the 33-yard line. Be close to another first down. So second and a couple. Pleasant Hill up 7-0, and Oak Grove Warrensburg no score on that one yet. So a second and 2 coming up. 7-6 our score here. Cats down 1. Odessa driving on the Cats here. Myron looking to throw. Chased out of the pocket by the Cats, and he's going to complete it for another first down. That is Fox with a first down catch for about 4 or 5 yards. And again, that was Myron keeping that play alive. Trevor Campbell couldn't quite get to him, and Myron wasn't able to make something out of nothing. And that's something that the defense will adjust to as the game goes on. If they start flushing him out of the pocket, that's going to tell your secondary you've got to stick on your guys longer, even though it looks like we may try to get a sack. And if you can hold on to that coverage a little bit longer, you can start getting some of those coverage sacks. So here we go on 1st and 10. A handoff for DeGraff and Reed inside the 25. No, not quite to the 25, 26-yard line. They're going to call it down. A gain of 2, and it brings up a 2nd down and 8 with 10:20 to go here in the first half. So a 2nd down coming up, down to the Wildcat 27-yard line. They've yet to go to that big tight end, Hunter Garrison, in this one. He is a load at 6'5 plus. Here they go on the shotgun, Myron, and Myron going to hand off again to DeGraff and Reed, and he gets a couple, and just a strong, powerful runner, going to bounce it to about the 21-yard line. Gains about 5, going to bring up 3rd and short for the Bulldogs with 9:45 to go here in the first half. So 3rd and short coming up off the 21-yard line. Got to figure it's 4-down territory for the Bulldogs as well here. Myron and DeGraff and Reed in the backfield. Running back off the end of that bunch formation. They're going to hand it off for DeGraff and Reed, and he gets into the secondary. Inside the 10 to the 5 to the house goes DeGraff and Reed. 4-6, make it 13-6. Extra point set to come up here.
That just put him over 100 yards with 103.
So DeGraff and Reed with a touchdown, his first of the night. Makes it 13-6 with the extra point coming up for the Bulldogs from number 17, who is not on the roster. Inside that upright, it is good. It's 14-6, 9:18 to go, first half. We'll be right back.
When it comes to fast service at a reasonable price, Young's Auto is your place. Whether it's a standard oil change, brake check, or something a little more major, Michelle and William with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you get back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pockets. So if you don't want to break the bank when your vehicle needs service, come to the shop that keeps you rolling down the highway. Young's Auto, right across the street from Young's Tire on South Commercial.
We're back to action here. Cats set for the kick return, our Sonic kick return contest. $90 Sonic gift card from the street if she can. The Cats can give her a kick return for a touchdown. $10 just for playing in our Sonic kick return promotion. And Gary, again, we're back to how do you answer?
Well, and you got to keep answering at this point in time. You know, and we've had some really good runs, run backs on kickoffs here. And so I'm wondering if we're just about ready to break one. Don't know if it's how we're blocking, how they're setting up, but the first two have been really good. Like to see another one here. Maybe earn somebody $90 tonight.
That would be awesome. It'd be the second time this year. Ed from Sonic isn't going to want to do that anymore. We keep giving away all the gift cards. And Knowles right up the middle past the 35 to about the 37-yard line, going to bring up a first down and 10 for the Cats in their own territory. And the sophomore River Riley and company set back to action here. See what they can get going on this drive. Had a great looking drive the last time. got to figure Odessa was over there trying to make some adjustments. Cats made some adjustments, I'm sure, as well. And, you know, I wouldn't be opposed with the way they've been able to move the football a little bit. Maybe go for it deep here. Try to catch them sleeping on a first down.
Might be a good time to go for that hitch and go.
So we'll see what the Cats do. I formation with Wilson behind Pesic here on this drive. And they're going to hand it off for Wilson. He tries to get to the outside, gets to the 40, and is drugged down on the near sideline here. Tackle by Bryce Palmer, going to bring up a second down and about 7. So 2nd and 7 coming up for the Cats here. They got positive yardage on first down. Changes a lot of what you can do on second down here. Knowles going to be flanked out left side. Right side is Percival and Atkinson. I formation in the backfield. Under center, River Riley on a second down from their own 40. 14-6, 8:30 to go here in the first half of this one. Ball on the turf, and Riley's got a fall on it. And that's been the only thing I've seen tonight is his hands on the ball in the backfield. He's had a couple of little miscues there.
Well, and sometimes you're trying to back out before you get the ball because you're wanting to run the play before you've really got it. And so he's got to stay up underneath center until he makes sure he gets it. And that's something that's going to come with time.
And that's a happy feet thing. That's a sophomore thing. Like, I got to get this play off. I don't want to, lose the exchange, and you speed yourself up a little bit too much. Under center on 3rd down and 9 is Riley from his own 36-yard line. Riley looking to pass. He's out in the flats, has his man Pesic up past the 40 to the 43, 44-yard line, and he'll be marked down. It's well short of a first down, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Helmet of Pesic's flies off there. Or sorry, not Pesic. Yes, Pesic, right? I'm all over the map. I was thinking in my head Fuller for some reason.
Well, at least I haven't seen Lincoln Riley yet, so, I mean, we're good. But I did, but Jerry caught me, so I haven't said it on the air. Let's put it that way.
So 14-6 our score, 7:10 to go in the first half, and Atkinson going to just get that punt away, and it bounces it out of bounds. It'll be about the 30-yard line for the Bulldogs. Right at the 31, they're going to mark it out. So the ball will go out of bounds. It'll be Odessa ball thrown 31, and now is where you got to kind of try to get a stop here with just 7:02 to go in the first half. It's a 14-6 game. You don't want to get it to that 21-6 contest, and you don't know what would have happened there, and you'll take your chances. They've looked pretty solid on offense. A couple of miscues here and there, but they haven't turned the ball over yet either. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Myron in the backfield has DeGraff and Reed with him. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. They're going to go in motion with Bennett. They're going to pitch it back to Bennett, and Bennett is going to get to the outside on the far side, cuts back, tries to get a couple extra yards, and gets up to about the 36, 37-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 3. Almost could have had a block in the back there on the Cats. It looked like Cooper was the first one through there. So it'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to call it 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4 coming up for the Bulldogs. Go with that shotgun. Myron, 2 wide receivers set left side. They're going to fake the handoff and go over the middle to the big tight end, Garrison. And he is drugged down by Cheney down to the 40-yard line. And Garrison just went up and tapped that one to himself and pulled it down. Almost overthrew it, but it was enough for a first down as he was able to haul it in. That'll bring 1st and 10 down to the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers set to the left side. Shotgun formation this time. The handoff to DeGraff and Reed. He bounces to the outside. Down the sideline he goes. Cheney on his back and finally finished off by Brody Pitts on the far side. And then still a quick 20-yard gain right there by the running back, DeGraff and Reed. So 1st and 10 down to the 20, and they throw it out in the flats for Bennett. And Bennett gets a first down, and he gets into the end zone for 6. That's an Odessa Bulldog touchdown. 20-6 the score with 5:50 to go. And, you know, watching their offense, you know, you look at every spot. They got a big tight end. They got a good wide receiver. They got a good running back. You know, I talked about the Mahomes look from Myron earlier rolling out. He's got the weapons Mahomes has got as well. Makes it a 20-6 contest. Extra point coming up. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 21-6 with 5:50 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, Caddy Corner to Quick Trip.
All right, welcome back. 7-6, the Roosters over Excelsior Springs. Nothing still our score update for the Warrensburg Oak Grove game. We'll try to get you an update because there's some Wildcat implications in that game for district seating purposes as well. If Warrensburg's able to win that football game, if Lincoln Prep was to lose tonight, and if Ray South loses their football game, Cats could be the 6th seed playing Lincoln Prep next week. So could be a favorable matchup for the Wildcats. So we await the kick. Sonic kick return contest is Ann Street. $90 if the Cats return this kick for a touchdown. And here goes Colby Knowles. He runs to the outside, still on his feet to the 30, 35, 40, down the sideline, close to midfield, where he's finally taken down. And it is a Cat first down right near midfield. And River Riley and company will go back to work here. So 1st and 10 coming up.
You'd like a 5-minute and 37-second drive right here, ending in a touchdown. That would be perfect.
That would be good because you do not get the ball back after half, so you would cut it to one score at least. Going to go with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. I formation, it'll be Reynolds and Pesic in the backfield. And Riley going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds goes nowhere. Driven back a couple of yards. We'll see where they mark it here. They're going to say he lost a couple on that one. I'd say his forward progress was a little bit farther forward than that, but nevertheless, it would have probably still been a little bit of a loss. 5:20 to go here in the first half. And you can see still River having trouble with that taking it and wanting to get that play off before he has control of the ball, trying to rush himself a little bit, just didn't want to slow himself down. And there we go, the ball on the turf again. And not sure, I'm trying to see here if we have a different, it'll be a 3rd down and long for the Cats. That one just flew back there, just squirted right past River, so I'm not sure. Cats are definitely having some troubles there at the center exchange. Let's try to see. They've changed up centers some, so trying to see who the center is right now. Here we go on 3rd down. Riley looking to pass. He's going to chuck it deep. He airs it out, and he throws it deep down the sideline. Knowles not able to come up underneath it and chase that one down. A good ball down the sideline by Riley, but the Cats are going to have to punt it away. So 21-6 the score, 4:21 to go here in the half. Get to the sideline here. Riley comes over as we wait the kick. Here's a high, booming kick. Fair catch called for at the 25. Good kick by Atkinson there. And it's Ethan Murray, the center, and he's working here on the near side. And Gary,
I really don't understand. I'd like to go back and see the replay. I mean, I looked at it as it was happened, just after it had happened, And
Kennedy.
Atkinson got knocked down by like 3 different players, unless they're saying that he was blocked into it.
So, and Ethan Murray and River working on their exchange here on the near side. And it's a shotgun formation. Myron looking to throw. He throws it out on the flat for Bennett. And Bennett's got Tarwater on an island out there. And Tarwater able to make the tackle up at about the 40-yard line, but not before another 15-yard gain by the Bulldogs. So they're going to mark it at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs from their own 40. 21-6 the score, 4:07 to go here in the first half. And they're going to go up the middle on the handoff, and into the secondary is DeGraff and Reed, and the Turf Monster got him at about the 45-yard line. Might have been a Wildcat, got the shoestring, but it's enough for another quick burst of energy all the way down to the 40-yard line. 21-6 the score, 4 minutes to go here, opening half of this one. Wide receiver, 2 of them out to the far side. Shotgun Myron, and this time he's going to fake the handoff. He's looking to throw. He throws it out in the flats for Bennett, and Bennett is wrapped up and taken down by Cheney and a couple others over there. It looked like that was Carson Crowley, the first one to make the contact out there. Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Good open field tackle on Bennett as he is shifty out on that. Had a good drive. Had a little bit of trouble on the exchange from center. Murray and Riley, they were working that on the sideline. See if they get that ironed out here. And here we go on a 1st and 10. And it'll be DeGraff and Reed. Bounces to the outside. He has an angle, and he's going to get into the end zone for 6. And that was a 20-plus yard touchdown run by him, and it makes it 27-6. Odessa, relatively a machine so far in this one. And I'll tell you, they've been putting 60-ish points. All right. Welcome back. Score on the scoreboard, 28-6, 2:13 to go here in this one. If the Cats return this kick for a touchdown in street, well, I'm going to have to move Jerry. All this is going to do is build. You know what? Guess what? Everybody starts 0-0 next week, Gary.
Well, and hopefully they got the snap thing worked out. They're working on the sidelines here because you take 1 or 2 plays away every series, that hurts.
So here we go. Riley going to pitch it back to Reynolds, and Reynolds able to corral it, but the defense chases after him, and Reynolds squirts through the line at the 50, cuts back at the 45-yard line. Jace Reynolds with a 1st down run of about 16 yards. That was Barry Sander-esque there, because he had, I want to count 6-7 jerseys right on him, black jerseys, and he's found and darted through a line, made a 1st down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, Cats got it down to the 47 of the Bulldogs. A 1st down to get this drive rolling. So here we go, Riley, and again the ball on the turf, a whistle and a flag. So a false start on the Wildcats saves them there, and it's just so bizarre. I don't know. I mean,
underneath the center, making sure that and the other thing is keeping his heels of his hands together. A lot of times he's trying to get out there and he separates them out and it comes between it.
Almost like on that Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Riley comes under center here. And River looking to pass this time, and he's got his man over the middle to the 5. Percival to the touchdown. The Cats, we're going to see. No, they're going to mark him down at the 1-foot line. Percival was right there, tried to dive into the end zone. But it'll be another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center 1st down, ball at about the 1-foot line. And guess what? You got 4 opportunities to knock this one in the end zone with just under a minute to go. Got a whistle and a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go see our friends at Young's Auto Repair today.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques.
Welcome back. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Cats right at the goal line. Percival just about had it in the end zone. They're going to say he was down at about the 1-foot line. So the Cats are going to have 4 chances at it. This is where that center exchange becomes really important, deep down here in this territory for the Cats.
And a quarterback sneak, that makes it easy because you're moving forward. You're not moving back. So that might be something you want to do. You got Pesic, big old Pesic behind him. Send him up there behind him and push him in. Help send him into the end zone. So give him his first touchdown, and he got it.
And it's going to be close. Cats waiting for the call here, and River has the ball, but now Odessa's saying they've got the ball. So they're going to say it was a turnover. A touchback is what they're calling it, into the end zone. And I didn't think River ever had a hold of that football the way he went underneath. And Odessa going to take over with 39 seconds to go in the half. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 20, as that was considered a touchback. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they're going to go for it all here with 30 seconds to go in the half. They're going to hand it off for de Graffenried, and he's going to get close to the 30, and they're going to mark him down at the 31-yard line. With 33.9, the chains will move. Now we got a timeout on the field. So we will take a timeout as well. 33.9 seconds to go in the first half of this one. Your vehicle needs a timeout. Go see our friends at Young's Auto Repair. We'll be right back.
It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
All right, welcome back. We got a 1st down and 10 from the 31. They're going to spread it out a little bit here. Trips out to the left side. 3 wide receiver set, shotgun for Myron, and he's looking to throw out that way. He's going to throw it in the flats for Bennett, and Bennett's going to have a 1st down up to the 41-yard line. You know, back, you always think of the names you hear for years and years at Harrisonville. Teal, one that comes to mind. Livingston, another one that comes to mind. Haug, another one. Bennett is one of those names at Odessa that you'll always remember. And Myron looking. He's chased out of the pocket. He's going to fire wide open down to the 40. And out of bounds is Fox on the far sideline. With 23 seconds to go, that clock will stop. So the Bulldogs will get a 1st down. We're going to mark it to the 38-yard line. 28-6 our score, 23.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Odessa trying to punch one more in before the half. Controversial drive here for the Bulldogs. Cats thought they had a touchdown. Didn't know what happened there in the pile. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs here. Play clock will roll. 15 seconds on the clock. So where you just kind of put everybody back, let them throw it to you in front of you and have help, especially on the near side here, as Bennett is going to be on the near side. Shotgun for Myron, and here they go on first down, and they chase down Myron and take him down all the way back at the 45-yard line. That is the sophomore Colin Carruthers back there and gets the sack, able to hold on. And Odessa going to be happy going to the locker room 28-6. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with your halftime show brought to you by our friends at Kaleidoscope Digital Services after this.
Max Savings Event is here at Max Ford in Harrisonville. New 2018 F-150 Super Cab. No money down. Buy it for $459 a month. 2018 Escape. 0 down. Buy it for $256 a month. Come to Max Ford in Harrisonville for the Max Savings Event and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in the Midwest. Max Ford Harrisonville at the corner of 291 and 71 highways, or shop 24/7 at maxford.com. See dealer for details. Thank you, Kansas City, for making us the fastest growing Ford dealership in the Midwest. Going on right now, Max Ford is having a regional Carfax Advantage event. That's right, going on right now. Take advantage of the huge pre-owned inventory. Over 65% of our pre-owned vehicles are one owners. Max Motors guarantees to beat the other dealers' online price by $500. We offer the lowest prices with a hassle-free shopping environment, which makes us the easiest place to buy a car. Max Ford of Harrisonville, 291 and 71 Highway, maxford.com.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Dominick at 816-380-2700.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street. It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, Make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cast Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cast Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source.
It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for Mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for Dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
Welcome back to halftime here. 28-6 our score at the half. Cats trail the Odessa Bulldogs. Some good stuff I've seen in the first half of this from the Wildcats. Gary behind me here getting the stats ready. We'll talk to him momentarily. It is your Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show, brought to you by our good friends on the square at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Your one stop for printing, computer services, Wi-Fi, gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. You know, we'll get to Gary and his stats here in just a couple of minutes. And a couple of things I saw, I liked the way River approached that first half. He had some mistakes in there. The center exchange, that's obviously an issue. That's something they're going to have to work on at halftime and throughout the game. But the good news is they were moving the ball. They moved the ball well. River threw the ball well. They had some positives. They got to stop when they needed it at half. A huge sack by the sophomore Colin Carruthers to end that drive for the Bulldogs and not allow them to get to 35 points at halftime. So a lot of good comes out of that first half. And Gary, I know you're wrapping things up here. You know, you're down 28-6 on the scoreboard, but I liked some of the stuff I saw in that first half, and I don't feel like they're even as far down as the scoreboard shows.
No, out of the 5 drives they had, 2 of the drives, they had real good drives. One of them was a 13-play drive, the one that they got the touchdown on. It went 58 yards and took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. The last drive right before the fumble on the 1-yard line into the end zone that they called was a 4-play drive, but it went 60 yards. So,
and all 3 of those were first down plays.
Right.
They moved the sticks every time they touched it.
They did. And so you've got to like what you see coming off of last week. I mean, last week in the second half, I've got to go back to that because I wasn't here when you did all your – and I wasn't able to listen to it either. For some reason, I wasn't getting it. But last week in the second half, they had 6 series. It was 5 touchdowns in the end of the game. So that's the way they ended last week. So the first series on downs – with a new quarterback, you can understand that. The next series, you had the touchdown, and then you had a couple of series where you had the problem with the center quarterback exchange. You got that resolved, and then what happened? We were able to move 60 yards to the 1-yard line. So you got to like what you see. We ended up with 132 yards, 13 minutes and 15 seconds of possession. Had 41 rushing and 91 passing. Leading the way rushing was Reynolds with 8 carries, 42 yards. And then receiving was Knowles. He had 5 catches for 51 yards. And Percival had 1 catch for 19. So you got to like what you see. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the ball coming out in the second half, so we're going to have to stand up to some defense. With the score, 28-6, one more. Well, I guess 2 more touchdowns would put it into the turbo clock, and you don't want that. You want to get some experience out of the youth that you've got here.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things you want to adjust at halftime, you heard there 8 carries for Jace Reynolds, but everybody else 2 and 3 carries. You had 5 catches for Knowles, everybody else one catch. You want to spread it around a little bit. Maybe look to Atkinson a little bit in the second half, passing-wise. maybe look a little bit more to maybe get the fullback Pesic involved a little bit and open it up a little bit more and try to get Jaden Wilson going a little bit in the second half. You got a big, tall task. You got to stop him that first series of the second half. You don't want him to get to that 35 and where any one mistake can push you into that turbo clock situation. But in the locker room, they've got to look at things and they've got to say, guys, we're only down 28-6 to the number one team in the Class 3 in the state of Missouri, a team that has been averaging 50-plus points a game, has had 50-plus points on the board multiple times this year in the first half of play. So they're doing some good things, and it's a confidence builder. You want to go through the second half, still build that confidence because, we talked about it. Next week starts second season. Everybody's 0-0. And I'm going to be real honest with you, and this is no knock on anybody in that district, but that's a wide open district from top to bottom, top 6-ish teams in there. Harrisonville obviously could go into that 2-7, but they have the playoff experience. The top of that, you have Van Horn.
But they've always got great athletes there at Ray South. Coming out of the second half, I want to see us control once we get the ball, I want to see us control the clock. Have another 5-6 minute drive. You do that, and those 50 points don't go up quite as easily because, you have two drives of, say, 5 minutes each. That's 10 minutes. You only got 24 minutes in the second half. That only leaves 14 minutes for them in drives. Now, let's say they have a couple of 2-minute drives. Okay? Still, you've got another time to, bring up or wear down some of that clock. So, we have some good drives. It keeps their score down, control the clock. If we can control the center quarterback exchange, I think, in the second half, I think things will be a little bit different for us.
Absolutely. We'll see what can happen second half. You're listening to our halftime show brought to you by our friends at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Want to talk about one of our great sponsors came on about midway through the season. Tees Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery. If you see our fancy outfits we've got on here, Gary sporting the blue pullover, Chad with the white polo. Jerry found his white polo, thankfully. So, and then, of course, they threw us for a loop here at halftime, and you got to see my ugly mug at halftime instead of just after the game. So, hopefully everybody stays put and is still watching. But, nevertheless, Tees Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery is the outfielder for Tees, and that's who we turn to when we need some nice, comfortable duds. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
You have choices when it comes to apparel and promotional gear for your business. Don't sacrifice quality for choice. Travis Thurston with Tees Screen Printing and Embroidery has all you could ask for. Local ability to screen print, embroider, and make vinyl decals, not to mention 50,000 promotional products at your fingertips with teescreenprinting.com. The next time your business or event needs apparel or a giveaway, stay local and turn to Tees Screen Printing and Embroidery, the pros who 4Ts trust to outfit them on Friday nights.
What is the number one thing you want when it comes to a Mexican restaurant? Chips and salsa, of course. So if you want the best chips and salsa plus many more options, Best Burrito is your place. As the name states, get one of the best and biggest burritos as well. So next time you have a craving for great Mexican food, go to Harrisonville's best Mexican restaurant, the Best Burrito, across from Sutherland's and next to Sherwood Community Bank on Commercial. Why would you go to the city and spend mountains of money on a corn maze and pumpkin patch when one of the best in the region is right on the outskirts of Harrisonville? Matt Moreland at Red Barn Ranch puts much thought and effort into making sure there is something for kids of all ages. From the corn pits or the miniature hay maze, the corn cob cannon, the big slide, and the corn maze to the pumpkin patch, there is something everyone will love. So take the time to check out the best fall fun right in Harrisonville. Red Barn Ranch, just a few minutes north of the community center on Jefferson Parkway. Whether you need a caffeine boost, breakfast sandwich, or a quiet place to read and study, Brick House Coffee on the corner of the historic Harrisonville Square is your place. A friendly neighborhood coffee shop that loves to give back to the community with different fundraisers and days devoted to many different causes. Not to mention a percentage of every purchase goes to building communities and schools and countries in need. So the next time you want a cup of joe and want to give back, go see the folks at Brick House Coffee.
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
All right, welcome back to the Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show on the Harrisonville Square. It's your one-stop for printing, computer services, Wi-Fi, and gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions, Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Time for our Spirit Spotlight, brought to you by Salon 114 and Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, both on the historic square. Proud to bring you the Spirit Spotlight, and we're going to talk about all 8 of our great cheerleaders we have had on the Spirit Spotlight so far this year. Alexis Royal, Kaylee Caldwell, Lane Anderson, Maisie Sidursky, Jenna Hart, Tabitha Hardman, Cameron Setzer, and Beth Ellsworth. Those are the 8 cheerleaders we have had in the Spirit Spotlight so far this year. Brought to you by Salon 114 and Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, both on the historic square. Proud to bring you the Spirit Spotlight. And also our bright spot, Schroeder Chiropractic, is happy to help out with Bright Futures and all they do in the community. And Brickhouse Coffee and Bright Futures will be having on October 23rd, a Bright Futures Day at Brickhouse Coffee. So go check that out today to help folks in the community in need. So our score here at halftime, 3:54 until we get to second half action. It is 28-6. The Wildcats trail the Odessa Bulldogs. Odessa will get the ball to start the second half of play. Talk about the soccer second. Schroeder Chiropractic is proud to update on those Wildcat soccer team's progress. Schroeder Chiropractic, they got your back. And we talk about the Wildcat soccer team, and we will pull that up real quick for you. They clinched a share of the conference title this week with a victory. They are 9-0 in the MRVC, 16-4-2 after they beat Oak Grove 2-1, and 9-0 in the MRVC. Then they beat Clinton the other night 6-1 and moved to 17-4-2. They are the number 1 seed in the Class 3 District 14 tournament coming up starting the 29th, I should say, of October. So another week before they get to action in the district. They have their 9th conference title in 10 years, and they are 86-5 over that 10-year run in the MRVC West is the soccer program. And those are your soccer seconds, brought to you by Schroeder Chiropractic. Proud to update the Wildcat soccer team, Schroeder Chiropractic. They got your back. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with second half action in just a couple of minutes.
When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from, Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King. Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your cars serviced. With 2 locations to serve you in Harrisonville and Belton, they will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street across from Holland Auto Sales.
You need multiple things for a project at home but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one-stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you've been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place right across the street from Sutherland's.
Welcome back. Thanks again for the halftime show brought to you by Kaleidoscope Digital Services. We're ready for second half action, and we await that kickoff brought to you by Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. Cats are going to kick off to the Bulldogs here to start this second half of action.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to swallow. Haven't eaten all day. One of the issues, I think maybe we figured it out, was I was talking to Coach Pesic on his way back up, and our regular center is out this week, maybe to a concussion or whatever. And so we've got our backup center that's in there too. So you've got a brand new center and a brand new quarterback playing first time together on Friday night. So,
well, we'll see what happens. You know, play with reckless abandon in the second half, have some fun, and set yourself up to see what can happen going forward. We talked about it, you know, crazier things have happened. Cats can get in the play, you know, everybody makes the playoffs because everybody gets a trophy next week. So we have that great first round of playoff action where KC East is going to play somebody and get beat 973-0, and poor KC East goes out there and tries their rears off, but it's no benefit for anybody.
How do you feel about that, Chad?
I've probably had enough of my rants so far this year. I haven't had any crazy rants, but people say that's when the playoffs start. To me, my opinion, playoffs start when the quarterfinals start because that's when you have a district championship.
Oh, I agree.
And I would even say that the district championship game could be a playoff game because that's the old sectional game basically. But before that, no, I don't think so. But who am I? I just have to pay Misha to go on the air. They're the ones that make the rules, and we'll just stick by those for now. So Johnson set to kick it away for the Wildcats as we get set for second half. Left to right go the Cats, right to left go the Bulldogs, or as Gary likes to say, north to south for the Bulldogs, south to north for the Wildcats. Brandon Johnson set to kick it away. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. Ball at the own 40, and they're trying to get the clock situated there. It shows 1.6 seconds on it. Trying to get that one. There we go. We got the 12 minutes on the clock for second half action. So 28-6 our score. Cats able to get a sack to end the first half by the sophomore Colin Carruthers, the outside linebacker, able to get to Myron and take him down, something that has eluded the Cats in the first half.
You probably talked about this whenever before I got here, but when did they take the stadium and go to the home stands on the other side?
We'll talk about that after this one. Odessa has it up to 30, 35, try to cut back. That is Bennett. He gets it past the 35, and a host of Cats bring him down at about the 37. I believe this is the second year of this stadium here. Last year would have been the first year, but they came to us. So 2 years ago was when Ron, I believe it was, or no, it was more than that. It was 4 years ago. Anyway, a couple of years ago, it was still on this side, but I like that they left the visitor side with the press box. We're all alone over here. The big press box on the other side you can probably see on the broadcast, but it's been nice for us, a different vantage point. Up the middle, they're going to go with the Graffenried, and he's going to get to midfield where he is drugged down. Dakota de Graffenried with the running back with the run up to midfield. And another first down. Just a fast, hard runner is de Graffenried, hard to bring down on first contact. So ball at midfield. Myron in the shotgun formation with de Graffenried back there. 2 wide receiver set. They're going to throw it out in the flats for Bennett. Bennett's going to catch it and get on his horse past the 40 down to the 35. Jennings chases him down from behind. And it'll be another first down, 18-yard gain just like that down to the 32-yard line. 11:24 to go here in the third. 28-6 the score. So ball down to the 32-yard line.
Well, so far they haven't done what I asked them to do, and that was make a stop.
So here we go on the shotgun. Myron hands off to the Graffenried. Graffenried to the 30, inside the 25 to the 20. Ball in the turf, and it rolls out of bounds. Catches a break, does Odessa, as the Cats were pounding the turf there. They knew they let one get away as de Graffenried put it on the turf. Comes up a little gingerly after that run, brings up a second down and about 2 for the Bulldogs at the 29-yard line. See if they want to hand right back to him after he was limping a little bit there, or see if they go for the pass, and they're going to hand off to de Graffenried, and he gets inside the 20 to the 15 and pounded down by Brody Pitts inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So it'll be enough for another first down. Ball down to the 12, 13-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10. Trevor Campbell checks in for the Cats on that D-line. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Myron in the backfield, shotgun formation. This time again, he hands off to de Graffenried and just feed the beast, and he's inside the 5 where he is whistled dead. Forward progress stops. Brody Rogers now checking into the ball game along with Keegan Rowe. As give credit to Myron for not panicking there and still just delivering a bullet over on the far side. So on the far hash at the 7-yard line, a 3rd down and about 3 coming up. Wide receiver flanked out to that far side, right side, shotgun formation for Myron, and he's looking to pass again. Throws it to his big tight end, and no, they actually going to throw it to Bennett right at the 1-yard line, and they're going to complete that for a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal at about the 1. So Bennett able to haul that one in. I thought they were throwing that one to the big tight end, but instead Bennett cut in front, and I think it may have actually been intended for the tight end. And they're going to hand off to Graffenried, and he is going to get punched down at the goal line. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal. See if they go back to the well here. I wouldn't be surprised to see another bootleg in this situation. They haven't been there before, but it caught them sleeping the last time. We'll see if they try it again. And here we go up the middle. Nope, they're just going to run it through for de Graffenried for the 1-yard score. And it is a 34. So 8:51 to go. 34-6 the score. We await the extra point coming up for the Bulldogs. So here we go. There's the kick. It is up. It is good, and it's 35-6. We'll take a timeout.
The Trade Fair Mall isn't just an antique mall. It's several businesses in one. Need t-shirts for your team? A custom t-shirt shop on site has you covered. Speaking of covered, Harrisonville Trade Fair is Missouri's #1 seller in premier portable buildings to store all your outdoor equipment. Design your own or buy one in stock for as little as $100 down and no credit check. While you are custom designing your premier portable building, snack on some delightful cinnamon glazed pecans, cashews, and almonds from the Nutty Bavarian. You need it? They probably got it. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall across from Sutherland's.
All right, 8:51 to go here in the third. Cat's going to get the ball back, and our Sonic kick return contestant Ann Street will win $90 if the Cats return this kick for a touchdown, winning $90 Sonic gift card from our friends at Sonic of Harrisonville. She gets a $10 Sonic gift card just for playing as we await this kick.
That last drive was 8-play, 63-yard, culminating in a touchdown, 3 minutes and 15-second drive.
35-6 the score. Cats going to get this one back. High and over in kick going to be taken out of bounds. Colby Knowles lets it roll, and the Cats will get it at their own 35-yard line. That's where they will set up shop for the first drive of the second half. Riley, the sophomore signal caller, coming out for a series for his first second half series. Gets his play from the sideline. So here we go. Ball at the 35-yard line. Wide receiver to the left, two to the right. I formation in the backfield. Reynolds back there with Pesic. And they're going to hand it off for Reynolds. And Reynolds stutter steps, gets a hole, gets about 5 up to the 40. Bring up a second down and 5 for the Wildcats. So patient running right there by Reynolds. Stood up behind his line, found the hole, and squirted through for 5 yards. Brings up a second down and 5 for the Wildcats. For a second, I was listening, and I was listening to the PA announcer on the far side. I could have swore I heard President Bush on the microphone for a minute. I don't know if somebody was impersonating him or what. So 2nd and 5 coming up. And Riley looking to pass this time. He's got his man over the middle, Atkinson. And in and out of the hands, maybe a hand got in there by Bryce Palmer. Able to knock it away. Brings up 3rd and 5, but a good ball right there again from River Riley. So 8:06 to go in the third. Cats trail 35-6 and a third down coming up for the Cats. And this has, been a situation for the Cats. They've struggled at times this year to maintain drives. It's kind of been all or nothing for the Cats. Big drives or 3 and outs. And here they go on third down, and they're going to hand off that delay draw. Goes nowhere this time. The Cats going to have to punt it away. So a 3 and out. So, Gary, I was just talking about that, is the Cats, it's been all or nothing, and that's been a majority of the season for the Cats. They either have decent drives put together, long drives put together, or they get their 3 and out.
Yeah, and that's what I like the call, but that time he had a receiver that was open too, so.
So, again, Kennedy Atkinson gets leveled in the back. No, that wasn't Kennedy that time. It was Trevor Campbell. Ball rolls inside the 20 all the way down to the 15-yard line. Do you want great coverage like the coverage you just saw on that punt? Go see our friend Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance. And the A-Frame on commercial across from Casey's. Farmers, they've been there, covered that. So it'll be ball at the 16-yard line for the Bulldogs. 35-6 with 7:21 to go here in the third quarter for the Cats. So 1st and 10 coming up. And here we go, right up the middle they go. And up to the 35-yard line, 36-yard line is another first down for the DeGraff and Reed and the Bulldogs. The good news for the Bulldogs is Josie Myrand is only a junior signal caller. Bad news is a lot of his skill position players are seniors. Shotgun again for Myron. Hands off. Nowhere to go. Cats all over that one. Right through there they bust and break it up quickly. Keegan Rowe on the tackle. Makes it a second down and about 13 on the tackle for a loss with 6:50 to go here in the third. And you just see plays like that, Gary. That's a difference from the last couple of weeks. The third quarter, they're down, but they're still fighting. So a first or second and 12 or 13 coming up. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right, shotgun formation. Myron has DeGraff and Reed with him in the backfield. So looking far side, deep down the field they go for Bennett, and he walks into the end zone as they pass over Cheney there, who was on the coverage, and it is a touchdown. It makes it 41-6. Extra point coming up. So they went far side, deep down the sideline, and right past Cheney went Myron threw right past Cheney to Bennett, I should say, for the touchdown. And it's 41-6, extra point coming up. And here's the extra point. It is up. It is good. That means after the kick, the clock will roll. 6:17 to go in the third. We'll be right back.
What is your time worth? Think about it the next time you head to the city to spend hours and days shopping for home appliances and to save a few dollars. Instead, drive across town and see Erlene and her staff that's right here for your convenience. You can be in or out in a short amount of time with amazing service, a great product, and they always treat you like family. Located behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive, so spend all your extra time you saved cheering on the Wildcats, and remember, think Troby's first when you think of home appliances.
All right, 6:17 to go here, third quarter. Cats are going to return this kick. If the Cats can return the kick for a touchdown, Ann Street will win a $90 Sonic gift card from our friends of Sonic of Harrisonville. She gets a $10 Sonic gift card just for being tonight's contestant. Cats have been close to breaking a couple in this one, and wouldn't be a bad time to break one here. Get that clock, keep that clock stopped, because you'd like to see them keep being able to work on stuff and without that rolling clock. And there's a little squib kick up the middle, going to be picked up by the up man Tarwater. He's at the 30 to 35, bounces to the outside, stays on his feet. Oh, one man to beat, drug down from behind. Gavin Gross saved a touchdown on that one as he had open field down the near sideline. And instead the Cats will be in decent field position again from about their own 41-yard line as the clock will roll with a 42-6 score. 5:47 to go here in the third quarter of this one. So here come the Cats to the line. Knowles flanked out far side, right side, two wide receivers near side, Atkinson and Percival. Riley shouts back to Wilson back there as the tailback. They're going to go in motion with Percival. Handoff for Percival, and Percival tries to cut back and now keeps running backwards, and not the place you want to go. Going to lose about 10 yards on that one. Sometimes you want to cut your losses and roll, and Percival kept trying to spread it to the outside, and Odessa was all over it. With nowhere for him to go. Loss of about 9 on that one. Going to bring up second down and 19. So second and long for the Cats back at their own 31-yard line.
And you hate to start off with now with a second down and 19. I mean, that's just puts you in a hole from the very get-go on this drive.
So second down coming up. Percival and Atkinson to the right side. Looking to pass is Riley. Riley throws it deep, intended for Atkinson, and they're going to get the flag right there. Won't be enough for a first down. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, though, as Atkinson went up to get it, and a little bit of early contact there from the Bulldogs. Call that on Jake Smith. Not to be confused with Jake from State Farm. 4:23 to go here in the third quarter. 42-6 our score. Hey, who says we don't have fun up in the press box? I know all you guys are laughing at me.
I walked in with Atkinson's. Virginia asked if she could come up and have fun with us. So I told her, I said, anytime you want to come up. So, Virginia, if you listen to this later on, you're invited next week. So just come up and see us.
So 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Cats. It was not a first down, but it remains 2nd down, and now the Cats can do a lot more on 2nd down here. And this time Riley going to hand off for Wilson, and nowhere for Wilson to go. May fall forward for a yard. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Cats up to the 47-yard line. So 3rd down coming up. 3:50 to go in the third of this one as the clock rolls here. It's a good way to get more time of possession in a football game too, Gary, running clock.
Well, yeah.
It's a little bit different way, but
that kind of skews the what I'm trying to accomplish here. And there goes the exchange again.
Okay, so I probably said this 9 times tonight. People are probably sick of me talking about it. But one of the things I see, okay, so they had trouble again on the snap. It's been an issue all night long. But you didn't see River, like, jumping up and down and smacking his hands together and, you know, putting his hands up in the air like, what am I doing? What are we doing here? He's just calm, collected, and he was just like, okay, let's go try it again. So I like to see that out of your quarterback, just level-headed in this one. 3rd down coming up. Riley looking to pass. He throws it out in the flats for Pesic. Pesic's got a first down the sideline, out of bounds into Bulldog territory, down about the 41 of the Bulldogs. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. And a good wheel route out of the backfield by Pesic.
And he read that. He was going to go deep and saw Pesic open out here and came down to his second receiver. That is something you really don't see very often.
So another first down for the Cats down to the 40-yard line. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Under center they go. They throw it out to Knowles, and Knowles inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, and another first down for the Wildcats as they move the chains with 2:29 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Wildcats, and that's at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So 1st and 10 down to the 28-yard line. Riley gets the play from the sideline, jogs in.
Back-to-back first downs. You got to like it. It's going to be a 5th play of the drive. We start on the 41, so about 30 yards so far.
So 2 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Under center is Riley, and he throws it out in the flat, and that was miscommunication there, as I think he thought a little hook route was coming from the far side and Knowles. Instead, Knowles was running deep down the sideline. So here we go. Ball at the 33-yard line.
Update on scores: Pleasant Hill 28, Excelsior 20, 10:45 left in the third.
So 42-6 our score, 1:19 to go. Riley under center on 2nd and 10, looking to throw. He's got his man on the far side. He's got Atkinson first down inside the 10, down inside the 5, still on his feet. 1st and goal, Cats down to the 5-yard line. Kennedy Atkinson on the near side, and the Cats in business down to the 5-yard line with 58 seconds to go. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances, and a 1st and goal for the Cats to see if they can capitalize here.
4 downs, just relax, run your plays. I like that they've opened it up a little bit with the pass. So really, Odessa doesn't know whether they're going to throw a pass right here. I mean, they'd throw a pass right here. It wouldn't be an issue for them.
So 1st and goal, and they're going to hand off for, and again, a false start. I'm wondering if this is that situation with, I wonder if River is the one causing those by pulling back before he's getting the ball, or if he's moving his feet.
I think it's probably a new count. Don't know who is on, but I'm thinking it's a new cadence. A lot of time you get that on the offensive line when you've got a new cadence from the quarterback.
So 4 down territory, obviously, down at the 5-yard line. 31 seconds to go here in the half. Cats will have to run one more play before the end of the third quarter. Riley gets the play from the sideline. First and goal from the 10. Knowles and Percival flanked out to the left side. Right side is Atkinson. Shotgun or under center. And looking to throw are the Cats. They throw it out in the flat for Percival. And Percival into this end zone for 6. Just spun on his defender. And the Cats make it a 42-12 ball game with 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. See if the Cats go for 2 here. And Riley stays out there. Of course, Riley is the holder. River Riley. I was going to say Riley. Riley could be a first name too. River Riley. His older sister, Brooke, played volleyball for Angela way back when Angela was the head coach in Harrisonville. Under center is Riley looking to throw. Throws it out to Reynolds. Reynolds cuts back. Not going to get there, and it'll remain 42-12. We'll be back. Cats with the touchdown. Touch of your tires on the pavement. Shouldn't let you down. Go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires.
When it comes to fast service at a reasonable price, Young's Auto is your place. Whether it's a standard oil change, brake check, or something a little more major, Michelle and William with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you get back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pockets. So if you don't want to break the bank when your vehicle needs service, come to the shop that keeps you rolling down the highway. Young's Auto, right across the street from Young's Tire on South Commercial.
You know, a good problem for the Wildcats to have with the way River's playing in this game is River only a sophomore, Landon George is a junior. Good problem to have is have two quarterbacks coming into next year, and as good of an athlete as Landon George is, with the way River's playing, mark him out to a wide receiver or something, and then you could go with the spread option with the way that River throws the ball.
It also gives you quarterback competition or position competition. It doesn't have to be quarterback. Any position. When you've got competition, it makes you better.
Absolutely. We're getting ready for the kickoff. Kick off your mornings at Harrisonville's only drive-thru coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. And here comes the kick, and the Cats are going to go onside here. And almost got to it was Carson Crowley, but couldn't come up with it. And I like that. No big deal for me having that onside kick late third quarter. 42-12, Cats down in this one. And here comes Myron and company. Myron and Dakota DeGraff and Reed going to be in the backfield. 3 wide receivers out to the far side. And Myron going to hand off to DeGraff and Reed. Goes right off of the side. Going to get about 5, and the Cats going to close on that one. Looks like Trevor Campbell, first one in there. Couldn't quite see there. That'll be the end. That was actually Christian Cooper in on that one. And Trevor Campbell. So into the third quarter, and the Cats trail 42-12. We'll go to the fourth right after this.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
All right, we go to the fourth quarter. Odessa going to have the ball at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats after the short field on the onside kick. 2nd down and 5 coming up. We'll get Gary to go over some score updates here in just a couple of minutes as we look to see what may be going around in our district with the Grain Valley score, the Warrensburg score. And they're going to go in motion here, and they're going to hand off near side for Bennett, and Bennett gets past the first down marker inside the 40 to the 35 where he's bounced out of bounds on the far sideline. It'll be a 1st and 10. Also try to find out if we can't get an update on the, I believe it is, Lincoln Prep and Summit Christian game as well. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, shotgun formation for Myron. And Myron looking to throw. He throws over the middle, has his big tight end who is drugged out of the 15-yard line as Garrison gets a 1st down. And another 1st down there. Tackled immediately by Carson Graff. And it's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line for the Bulldogs. 42-12 the score, 11:40 to go here in the 4th. Myron with DeGraff and Reed in the backfield. Hands off to DeGraff and Reed inside the 10 and just churns his feet. Finally going to be taken down at about the 5, but another 10-yard gain. I mean, he's getting 10 yards a pop just and carrying defenders. He's such a hard runner. Got that full head of steam going. Drug defenders down to the 5. Brings up, they're going to say he was at the 5-yard line. They need to get to the 3 for a 1st down. Shotgun formation here. DeGraff and Reed off the end. And not going to be into the end zone. Going to have a 1st down, but the Cats deny the end zone on that one. Several Cats on the far side. Cheney over there with several others. Brody Pitts as well. And it brings up a 1st and goal with 11 minutes to go here in this contest. So here we go on a 1st and goal. Shotgun formation. Handoff for DeGraff and Reed, and he is in for 6. Stevenson tried to wrap him up. And it'll be a touchdown. Make it 48-12 Bulldogs. I want to thank a couple of sponsors new to the show tonight and next week. Our friends at the Red Barn Ranch. Matt Moreland does a great job out there with the Red Barn Ranch. We took our kids and nieces out there a couple of weeks ago, had a blast out there. The big black slide they got out there as the touchdown is good. We'll just keep it right here with you with 10 minutes to go in this one, talking about the Red Barn Ranch. Got some scores as well. 23-20 Summit Christian over Lincoln. That's a good news for the Cats. 21-0 Warrensburg over Oak Grove. 28-20 P Hill over Excelsior Springs. And we'll get you a Grain Valley score when we can over Raytown South. 35-0 Grain Valley on that one. But talking about the Red Barn Ranch, 35-6. The Red Barn Ranch, they have a slide out there, and it is a big culvert, black plastic culvert that would go under the ground. And he's turned it into a slide, put it on an old, piece of farm equipment that would shoot the stuff up into the silos. And he's put it on there. The kids loved it. We just had a blast out there. But Red Barn Ranch, as well as our friends at Brick House Coffee on board. If you'd like to get on board next week for the playoff game, feel free to give Jerry or I a call or send us a message. We'd love to have you next week. 2 commercials for $50. We will get you on the air for next week. And here we go. Knowles with the return. And he's up to the 30-yard line and tackled down. Again, our Sonic kick return contestant is Ann Street. She would have won a $90 gift card if Colby would have returned that for a touchdown. Instead, so far, she will have a $10 Sonic gift card just for being our Sonic kick return contestant, our friends of Harrisonville. So the Cats going to have the ball through. Clock rolls again, 49-12 the score with 8:35 to go in this one. River Riley brings the play into the huddle here. So see what the Cats have up their sleeves here. Have done a great job passing the ball the last series. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the right side. Under center is Riley, and Riley going to go with that delay handoff this time to Wilson, and nowhere to go. Worked the first time, last couple of times. Nothing else really has gone on, so maybe, but put that in your back pocket for later. It did work when you had it spread out.
However, I like the backside kind of screen, or however you want to call it. He did a while ago. I think, well, actually both of them have been to Pesic.
Yeah, try to get one maybe to Wilson in the backfield, as he's got the speed to be able to do it. And this time he throws it in the flats. This one's picked off by Bennett, intended for Percival. Looked like that one was a little duck, maybe got tipped in the backfield or not, or he was trying to overthrow somebody. Nevertheless, a turnover. And with 7:20 to go, clock will roll here, and the Bulldogs will have the ball. So 49-12 the score, 7:05 to go. With the clock rolling, and surprisingly, the starters for Odessa still in the ball game. I'd be thinking about wanting to make sure that my guys aren't getting hurt here, as Myron, the quarterback, and now the ball bounces around and able to be picked it up.
That's a new running back.
Blake Heitman, I believe, the freshman. I believe it was at 31 or 32.
32.
Brewers up 5-1 over the Dodgers. Like to see that. Want to see that go 7 games, and the Dodgers get beat down by the KC North Brewers. So go Myron still in there now. That is our freshman running back. They're going to hand off to him, and he falls forward for a couple. Going to bring up a third down and about 7 as Blake Heitman, another carry there. And like to see a freshman for, Odessa. You obviously got to get skill position guys that are going to be coming back next year with an experienced quarterback, and the freshman has a couple of carries there. Going to make it a third down and 6. 5:55 and counting here in this one. So wide receiver flank near side. Shotgun formation for Myron. He's going to again hand off, and the Cats all over that one in the backfield. Come flying in there. Do the Cats to get the stop. Going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. It looks like Bennett going to check into the ball game. You got to watch Bennett on the far side. You got to think he's going to be your possession receiver here. Try to get him 6-7 yards and just move the chains on 4th down with 5:10 to go. And Myron looks right there and has it, and dropped on the far side by Bennett. Play on the ground for the Cats there. See who that was. I think Carson Graff maybe on the ground. We'll see. We'll take a quick timeout. Cats down 49-12, 4:58 to go.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, that was Carson Graff, helped off of the field under his own power, so that is good. Helped up to the turf and comes off the field in his own power. We have 4:58 to go here in this one. 49-12, Cats down. 1st and 10 coming up for the Cats on the change of possession after the injury. River Riley and company back out there. Be Wilson and Pesic in the backfield. Knowles to the near side. To the far side, right side, will be Percival and Atkinson.
See how he responds next series after an interception.
So here we go on 1st and 10. They're going to hand off for Wilson, and Wilson stays on his feet past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And Wilson, one of those kids, his athletic ability. 35-33 P. Hill over Excelsior Springs in that ballgame. That's a close one up. I don't know if that's up in Excelsior or at Pleasant Hill. 4:20 to go in this one. 49-12 the score. About 4-yard run for Wilson, and he comes out. He rolled that ankle. I think he's kind of been on his last couple of weeks, maybe about a 90% on that ankle. He had a great game last week, though, as he had the 6 touchdowns. So 2 wide receivers out to the far side, 1 to the near side on 2nd down and 7. And Riley looking to pass, and he throws it down the sideline for Atkinson, complete up to the 44-yard line with 3:50 to go.
You got to like that catch by Atkinson because he was going backwards and he knew he was going to get hit.
That Summit Christian up 30-27 on Lincoln Prep in the 3rd quarter of that one. Just got an update from Brett Jones. Ball at the 44-yard line. It's a good job by the Cats. Move the sticks. 3:25 to go. Knowles Percival to the near side. Atkinson to the right side. Under center is Riley. And Riley going to hand off for Reynolds. And Reynolds going to get a yard or 2 and bring up a 2nd down for the Cats up to about the 46-yard line. So 3:02 to go. 49-12 the score. And River Riley brings the play in.
Summit Christian 30, Lincoln 27.
So 2:45 to go. Riley under center, ball from 40, their own 46, and here we go. Riley looking to pass. He's chased out and going to throw it deep and popped it up into the hands of Colby Knowles to the 10, to the 5, to the house. And the Cats get a touchdown. That ball popped up in the air, Colby Knowles, and you always teach your cornerbacks to knock the ball down, not up. He knocked it up in the air, and it went right to Colby Knowles, and we've seen it happen to the Cats. That's just karma coming back to the Cats right there, as it happened to them earlier this year and in years past. The Masoner kid from Excelsior Springs with his wild catch a couple of years ago made Sports Center. 49-18 with 2:23 to go in this one. Kick is up and no good. It is blocked. And with 2:23 to go, Odessa going to get the ball back. We'll take a quick timeout.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques.
All right, 2:23 to go here in the ball game. Cats trail at 49-18.
And Riley's got 3 touchdowns tonight.
And you like to see it. I'm telling you,
touchdown passes. I'm sorry, not touchdowns, but he's got 3 touchdown passes.
And he's had his mistakes tonight, some of the fumbles and stuff. But you look back at it, they get that other. I would have liked to have seen.
Oh, good kick.
And the Cats are scrum for it. We'll see if they're going to give it to Odessa. But, Gary, one of the things I like about tonight, I would have liked to have seen what had happened if we would have scored that touchdown when we had 1st and goal at the 1. Because you never know what would have transpired after that. Does Odessa still win? Probably, yeah. But you would have liked to have seen what happened when they faced a little bit of adversity, because people hadn't answered back, and they weren't expecting a Harrisonville to answer back on them. Obviously, them and Pleasant Hill the week before went into a track meet. I believe the final was 40-something, 30-something in that one. But nevertheless, Cats still fighting here. 49-18 the score.
And it's to 3 different receivers, too, which is great. One to Reynolds, one to Percival, one to Knowles.
They're going to go in the shotgun formation here. They're going to hand off, and right up the middle they go for 32 Heitman with 2:09 to go. Heitman's going to have about 5, going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 as the clock will roll. So 1:57 to go, 49-18 our score. Some definite positives coming out of the game tonight for the Wildcats. We'll get into more of that in the post-game show as we got a minute 40 to tick down on this one. So here we go up the middle again, Heitman, and Heitman's going to have a 1st down into the secondary and drug down at about the 45-yard line, going to bring up a 1st down and 10. So with 1:33 to go and a 1st down. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. Shotgun formation for the Bulldogs with 1:20 to go in this one. Again, they're going to hand off to Heitman, and Heitman's going to get to midfield and drug down with 1:10 to go. So right at midfield will be the ball. About a 6-yard gain by Heitman. Just 1 minute to go. So 50 seconds to go. Ball at midfield. So a group Foles back in here with 35 seconds to go. And Odessa able to kneel down on that one with 29 seconds. Don't know if they'll have to snap it again. I don't believe they will. So it'll be a 3rd down. And they will not have to snap it again. So the Cats going to fall 49-18, but a valiant effort by the Wildcats tonight. Looked like a different football team than the last couple of weeks were the Wildcats. And we'll talk about some of that coming up in your post-game show. Final score, 49-18. We'll be right back after this.
It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Max Savings Event is here at Max Ford in Harrisonville. New 2018 F-150 Super Cab. No money down, buy it for $459 a month. 2018 Escape, 0 down, buy it for $256 a month. Come to Max Ford in Harrisonville for the Max Savings Event and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in the Midwest. Max Ford Harrisonville at the corner of 291 and 71 highways, or shop 24/7 at maxford.com. See dealer for details.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Domnick at 816-380-2700.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get
You covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street. It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
Final score tonight, 49-18. Wildcats fall to the Odessa Bulldogs, but a lot of positives come out of the game for the Cats tonight. Did they find their quarterback of the future in River Riley? Had a great game tonight, and it's a good problem to have when you have multiple quarterbacks you can choose from. So that's something that may come out of the night's game. But it's time for our post-game show brought to you by Harrisonville's post-game headquarters, and that is Forged by Fire Kitchen and Tap House in the Price Chopper Shopping Center. Head out there now for some Friday night trivia as they're getting ready to rock and roll in trivia action from Forged by Fire. Again, the final score 49-18. Cats put up a fight tonight. Want to thank our good friends at T's Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery, outfitting the 4T staff. You see the fine white polos we got on, and then Gary's got the nice blue pullover as well. Maybe we'll have to have the black ones on next Friday night, as we know we'll be going on the road. We just don't know where. We will have that game for you next Friday night on 4Ts.com. I guess it could be Saturday. I guess I shouldn't say we will have it on Friday night. I mean, there's always the possibility it's a Saturday game with Van Horn being in the district. If we were to play a Van Horn, we may have to play them on a Saturday as they share a field with William Chrisman. It could be on a Saturday if it's a Lincoln Prep, because they may have to share a field. So, and if it's Warrensburg, it could be Friday night. We don't know. We'll find out who it's going to be next Friday. We'll find out probably tomorrow at some point, because there are some afternoon games tomorrow that could determine the seeding for the District 7 in Class 4. So all that being said, a lot still to be determined in where we play next Friday, but we'll have that game. And the way that the game turned out tonight, I like the Cats' chances against about anybody. I mean, even if you look at a Warrensburg that beat us 49-0 earlier in the season, Gary, you look at that ball game. That's a different ball game now with a different quarterback. They have all they have to go off of is this one game tonight.
Well, second half, we only possessed the ball 4 times, and 2 of them ended up in touchdowns. I already said River has had 3 different touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. He ended up going 13 for 19 for 221 yards. He had to 1 pick, and I think that was just a little bit of somebody stepped in front of his receiver. He didn't see it. I would venture to say a little bit of inexperience there, but I felt like he did very well. You got to be excited about the opportunity that goes to the Cats with having the 2 different quarterbacks there. Landon is a great quarterback in his own. I mean, he got a lot of experience this year. But I like the competition that's going to end up next year between the 2 quarterbacks. It's going to make one of them or both of them better. One of them at that position, and probably the other one will be in another position. We ended up only with 41 yards rushing, 221 yards passing. I already said. Touchdown receptions by Reynolds, 6-yard touchdown reception with 32 seconds left in the first. Percival had a 10-yard touchdown reception with 7 seconds left in the third, and then Knowles with that 54-yard touchdown reception there in the fourth with 2:23 left. I want to say one thing, reference their running back. He had 275 yards rushing on 29 carries. I mean, I always like to give kudos to those athletes that are good. I mean, he was very patient at what he did. And was able to get in behind his blocks when they need to be, but he was also a very tough and quick runner. So we got to give him a shout-out, for, again, having 275 yards unofficially on 29 carries. They scored a touchdown on every possession except the end of the half, the end of the game, and the next to the last end of the game. It was on downs, and that was when their second team was in. So I think we've got a lot to look forward to from our team next week and also next year, because ending on last week's game, the way we ended last week in the second half, and with this week's second half, 2 touchdowns out of 4. So got to be impressed with what we can see.
You know, it wasn't all roses tonight. Obviously, you lose on the scoreboard, and there were some issues with the center exchange that you hope they get worked out by next week. I go back to that one drive. You had the ball at the 1-yard line. I would love to have seen how things would have turned out if you score there. Put a little bit of pressure back on Odessa that, hey, we're coming for you. Didn't work out that way, but nevertheless, Cats fought till the end. They didn't let the running clock get to them. Obviously, running clock had a little bit to do with only 4 possessions in the second half, but they fought, and they came and took that running clock off twice in that second half.
You get a touchdown there, though, you've got less running clock in the second half, because that's you another 6 or 7 points. So, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's an experience builder for him and the group for next year. And we've got a new center, we've got a new quarterback. Same game, that always makes it difficult anyway. New quarterback makes a difference, but then when you've got a new center and quarterback both, it really makes a difference. And so sometimes you might want to think maybe you go out of a pistol or a shotgun. Well, our offense really doesn't allude to that. So,
well, and also our Max Effort Player of the Game, my nominees tonight, brought to you by Max Ford of Harrisonville. Max Ford of Harrisonville, easiest place to buy a car. I'm going to go with 2 guys. We're going to go with River Riley, and I'm going to go with also Colby Knowles. Both had great games for the Wildcats tonight, and they did well.
And I'm sorry, I should have said he had 5 of 8 receptions for 118 yards. I'm sorry I did not go on the reception side. Colby Knowles had 118 receiving yards, and Atkinson had 46 receiving yards. And Percival had 29, and Pesic had 22. So, he spread it out through 6 different receivers, 221 yards receiving.
Random score from the state of Missouri I just got. I was actually interested in how this game would go down. But 8-0 Cassville was playing 8-0 Lamar. Lamar, with a 57-game winning streak, the longest in the nation, was snapped tonight.
In the nation.
In the nation. And Cassville, sorry, I should be over here. Cassville wins that game 24-21, snapping the 57-game winning streak by the Lamar Tigers down in Lamar. So, upsets can happen, and, that's something you got if you're the Cats. Obviously, Cassville, good team this year, 8-0, so it was 8-0 versus 8-0, but able to knock off the Lamar Tigers. 7 straight state titles for the Lamar Tigers, and if I'm them, I regroup and say it was the last game of the regular season. Hey, guys, we can still go win an 8th straight state title, so we'll see what happens as they keep churning them out down there in Lamar, as well as Webb City. Southwest Missouri, there's something in the water down there.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Western Missouri, I don't like to say Southwest. I'm from the Southwest, from Carthage, but I like to say the western state of Missouri is the dominant football group here.
So, nevertheless, Cats fall tonight. Final score 49-18 to the Bulldogs of Odessa. Congratulations to them, the MRVC West football champions, with an undefeated 5-0 record for the Bulldogs. So for Ron back here behind the camera, for Jerry, Mr. Santa Claus back here, for Gary Davidson, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Odessa. We'll see you somewhere next Friday night.